An IDE is a program that takes parts of the process of creating and compiling code and puts it in one program to make it easier for you to use. A lot of these are what's called context aware, which means they understand the language in which you're typing in as well. So there's three parts to an IDE. Usually the ones that you're really interested in is the editor, which allows you to edit your code, and then they'll also have debuggers, linkers, and different parts, things that you're not into that much. The debugger will come in handy later, but right now what you want to do is just get your code up and running. And so here is the Pycharm IDE, which means that it is just one of many programs that allow you to create and run Python code. So if I wanted to create a new project, I can go in here and create the new project, and it asks me where to put it, and I can create that. And so here is the interface right now to the Pycharm IDE. You can see there's several different things up here in the top. I'm on a Mac. It should be very similar on your Windows computer as well. But and so here's where we can run, debug, and these are your main functions that you want to use with this. So right now, though, if you look, here is our project folder, and there's nothing in there right now. So we don't need to mess with the libraries at this point. They just come with the program. They come with the Python that you're using. So what we need to do here is you really need to add a source file to your project so that you can start typing. So here I go into Python and I give it a name, my file, and then it lets me choose the Python, and I can go like that. So now here is the file, and you can see the file is now a part of our project in our source folder right here, and I can start typing anything I want. And now I've got the Python code into my source file, and then I can go up here to run, and I can run it, and it'll ask me what to run. I go here, and you can see right there. So this is the console that runs in the IDE, and you can see right here, this is where my program was running, and it output hello like I asked it to, and I can even run it again and it runs out. Notice there was no error or anything like that. Now as an IDE, what if I forget to do something? You can see that it's giving me red squiggles already saying that I have made an error, and so I can try to run it, but it will give me the error, and it goes right there and it tells me on line 1 I have an error right there. It's a syntax error in the line while scanning literal, and it didn't run, but it did give me the error as to what I needed to do, and I can go back and I can fix it, and you can see it shows up fixed. And on top of that, it should be context aware, which you'll get to all this later, but if I wanted to put in some code that it knows what it is, so I'm going to import a random library, and now if I wanted to print a random number, and this is what I mean by the context aware. When I hit that dot, this gives me all the parts that go with this random object that I've imported, and there's a lot of different things, and this is something you don't get if you were in just a text only editor. You wouldn't get this context aware function, and so that's really nice to have. Anyway, so helps to have this IDE and to use IDEs, and we will look at using them later in the lesson.